Money does not care who you are. So I watched this TikTok the other day and I can't get it out of my head, mainly also because of the comments. The comment section is sometimes the best one, isn't it? And so the video was essentially from someone that is extremely, extremely wealthy. And you can tell by the house, by sort of how she shows the house that she lives in, all of the Hermes bags that she has, like probably 100, I don't even know it. It seemed an insane amount. By all of the jewelry, right? The brand jewelry, if you know anything about like different luxury brands, you know that the car she's driving, sort of like the lifestyle that she lives in with her mom's and extended family, and just going brunching all day long. And pretty much like it seems like the dad is sort of like bringing in, or has been bringing in, the main income to support that kind of lifestyle. And the wealth for many people, of course, if they see it, especially now on social media, because before that we weren't able to maybe really tap into that and see the behind the scenes. But you're watching that, and the crazy thing is that sometimes when you especially hear them then speak or like record a video as well, and probably how you guys are judging me too in certain kind of ways, right, with your glasses on, is that I was just thinking the whole time I was watching it. And it's interesting, right, because sometimes you have a kind of image in your mind about like how people who are extremely, extremely wealthy live, right, and who they are as a type of person. And then sometimes the interesting thing is with social media, you get a tiny, tiny, tiny glimpse maybe into, you can observe them, a tiny, tiny glimpse. You can, of course, observe them and hear them speak and so on. And sometimes I can't help but wonder, and it kind of reaffirms the belief that money really does not care at all who you are. It doesn't care, for instance, where you're from. It doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care if you speak French or English or Spanish. It doesn't care. It doesn't care what kind of horoscope sign you are, if you are really good at math, or like if you are better at, writing stories, if you're a good person, if you're a bad person, if you're mainly choosing to be a good person or a bad person. Like, it just does not care. And I think this is the first thing that we need to understand, because I have been working with so many also of my coaching clients inside my coaching program that I have, that's called Made for Millions, where I help moms really remembering that they are made for more, aka made for millions, that they can create income and create essentially a laptop lifestyle also, where they are free to go whenever they want to on their own terms, while being there for their kids essentially, without having to talk to their boss, like to get a time off or something like that. But so many of my clients, right, obviously they are getting into the online business world, they're getting into for the first time, starting a successful online business. And so many are taken aback by the fact that there's certain kind of like really mental blocks and viewpoints around money. Like they cannot, for instance, fathom that maybe someone wants to pay them for a service or for a skill that comes so easy to them, right? They have sometimes issues or blocks around like asking for the sale and feeling icky about it, like asking for money for like an offer. And there's quite a few blocks, right, that we need to overcome at the beginning. But the thing is that we're just kind of artificially creating those blocks around money, and obviously like our past has to do with it. But if you're really thinking about it objectively, and if you're kind of putting yourself into a neutral energy, you really realize and that money itself does not, again, I say it again because I want to bring the point across, but money itself, it really doesn't care, right? Money is just neutral, and you are like a container in a sense. And it's of course about the energy that you're putting out, right? And also the beliefs that you have, but you have to kind of embody and step into that next level, right? And not kind of be hooked on the fact that maybe money is finite or that money determines your value. Because again, it does not, like how much money someone has does not determine the value as a person. How much money someone has it's not an indicator for how kind they are, right? For how many good deeds they have done and so on, right? How creative they are, etc. It doesn't matter. We as a society have just created it, obviously, and it's gotten way out of hand in many ways. But the thing to remember is, right, that obviously there is a certain economic game that we are just born into right now still. I think it's going to be overhauled. It's going to change the system, but we're still born into this right now. And so we have to understand it and play the game, right? But part of it is to break out of those cycles. Even Hawk said that's really great about, he's using this analogy of, for instance, like you're in a game, right? And you want to be one of the players that wants to grab the ball and wants to start playing the game. And you don't want to be that kind of player that constantly overthinks like, okay, if that ball is coming to me, will I catch it or will I drop it? Will people stare at me? Will they be embarrassed about me dropping it? And then will I be able to shoot it correctly? Will my team members be proud of it? Etc., right? You don't want to live in kind of a state of fear because money doesn't care, right? And it certainly probably doesn't want to come to you, right? Like the ball, the chances are that you're going to get the ball if you're kind of over-analyzing and worried. People can sense that. Your team members will be able to sense that if you get the analogy. So you got to step outside of that and instead forget the fear, realize it's just a ball, it's just money. All the other stuff doesn't matter. We want to get you to a place of feeling empowered. And getting back to the TikTok video that inspired this video, it's just so many of the comments are where people just see themselves as a victim, or where people see themselves as a victim. They feel disempowered. They don't know how to get out of their situation, economically, financially. And the point is why I just felt inspired to record this video is that money does not care. Again, essentially, if you want to achieve, and I really, really, truly believe that especially nowadays with the internet, with Wi-Fi, with the chance of making money online, everyone has the chance to change their economic situation. Everyone can. If you're watching this video right now, you have access to Wi-Fi, you can. So the point is, if you want to also increase your wealth, if you want to alleviate your financial status, if you want to feel in control, then it is actually, at the end of the day, very simple. You want to increase your income. Don't make such a big deal. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but about like money, right? And oh my gosh, it's like probably like that's the irony of it. Like with so many things in life, is if you struggle with it, right? If like money is not like, doesn't seem like it seems like a finite resource, then it's constantly in your mind, right? Maybe, and that creates then more of a problem, right? The more you think about your problem, the more it's going to be a problem. So just try to let that go, because money doesn't care. Focus on developing the skills to increase your income. Try to not spend more than you're making. Don't spend more than you're making. If you're spending more, you need to obviously cut expenses, change something. Be disciplined, stay focused. And that's it. And keep on going forward, like keep on going forward. Anyways, just some random evening thoughts. If you like this video, definitely follow for more. And if you want to find out more about my coaching program, Made for Millions, then click on the link in my bio.